Spain in the late 15th century was a land of change. The economy was struggling, many people were poor, opportunity was limited. Across the sea, rumors swirled of new lands. These lands, they said, held untold riches and treasures. For the desperate and ambitious, it was a siren call. Explorers, soldiers, and adventurers, driven by dreams of wealth and status, set sail. They left behind a familiar world for the unknown, their eyes fixed on the horizon and the promise it held. These voyages were not pleasure cruises. The journey across the Atlantic was arduous and fraught with danger. Storms, disease, and hunger were constant threats, yet the lure of a new life, of unimaginable riches, kept them going. They sailed into the vast unknown, their hearts set on claiming a piece of the New World for Spain. The Spanish conquistadors were driven by a potent mix of motivations. First and foremost was gold. They dreamed of discovering vast stores of gold and silver. They yearned for the wealth and power these riches would bring. Second, they were driven by a fervent desire to spread Christianity. They believed it was their God-given duty to convert the native people to their faith. They saw themselves as soldiers of Christ, waging a holy war against paganism. Finally, they craved glory. They sought to etch their names in the annals of history. They wanted to return to Spain as heroes, celebrated for their courage and conquest. These three powerful forces, gold, God, and glory, fueled their ambition and spurred them onward. Landing on the shores of the New World, the Spaniards were met with a mix of wonder and trepidation. The land was unlike anything they had seen before: lush jungles, towering mountains, and vast plains. The native people were equally strange and fascinating, with their own cultures, languages, and beliefs. Initial encounters were often peaceful, marked by curiosity and cautious exchange. The Spanish offered trinkets and tools, while the natives offered food and hospitality. However, this fragile peace would not last. The Spaniards' greed for gold and their sense of cultural superiority soon poisoned the well. As the Spaniards delved deeper into the continent, they encountered resistance. Some native groups, sensing the threat to their way of life, took up arms. They fought fiercely to protect their lands, their people, and their way of life, but they were woefully outmatched. The Spanish conquest of America was a brutal affair. The conquistadors, armed with superior weaponry and driven by an insatiable greed, waged a relentless campaign. They exploited divisions among the native populations, turning rival tribes against each other. They used their horses and firearms to devastating effect. Disease, too, played a devastating role. European illnesses, to which the native populations had no immunity, ripped through the Americas. Smallpox, measles, and influenza decimated entire communities. This unintended biological warfare weakened resistance and paved the way for Spanish domination. The conquest left an indelible mark on the Americas. Native populations were decimated, their cultures and traditions were suppressed. The Spanish imposed their language, their religion, and their way of life upon the conquered lands. The consequences of this brutal chapter in history are still felt today.